Dharshana Jayawardena, everybody.
Tammy, you all right?
Tammy, there's a...
Yeah, see tissue. All right, so thank you all for coming. Really good to see all of you and a big crowd. It's very, very surprising that a lot of people are interested in caves. So thank you. Today I'm going to talk about some of the. I think last year I talked about caves in August or no, I think September, October. Who was there for the last?
Just after your training.
Just after. So it's going to be a bit different this time. That is a bit more theoretical and my training experience. A lot has happened since then. So I'll be talking about more dives I did in North and Southern Thailand and also the caves in Sri Lanka, right? Which is really the most interesting part. Yeah, so that's what I covered in the last presentation. What is cave diving, how cave diving differs from recreational diving, aspects of cave dive training, and some pictures about the diving. I didn't have any videos because I was actually doing the training. And today's one will be about new caves, and it will be mostly pictures and videos. So again, a quick thing about cave diving. This is the configuration I use, side mount, and there are two schools of thought on this. Some prefer the twin set. You wear it in the back and you do the cave dives. You always need two tanks, right? Because for redundancy. But I really prefer this because I'm used to it, and then you can kind of squeeze in through gaps if you want to. And I'll give a practical example of how this was really useful is when I was doing a cave dive in Thailand a couple of months ago. I was at 60 meters and I had actually gone down to drop my friends who was doing a 100-meter dive with 3 breathers. So I couldn't go to 100 meters. I stopped at 60 and I came back. On the way back, one of my regulators started free flowing. And it was really not a big issue because all I did was I just shut the tank. And when I wanted to breathe, I opened it, shut it, opened it, shut it, and came very quietly all the way back from 60 without any issue. So that's why side mount is really good because you have everything within your reach. It's not behind. If a tank leaks, if you use the twins, you have to do like a gas shutdown drill, and it's very complicated. You get it wrong, sometimes you shut your own tanks. So this is really, really good. Again, the warning about caves, cave diving, you find this in every cave, is that you should dive a cave if you are trained for cave diving. So a new place I started diving this year, January, was the northern Thailand, almost near the Burmese border. And it's called the Kraolai National Park. It's a very remote place, so these are like really remote villages in Thailand. And it's a huge reservoir. It's named after the king, actually the current king of Thailand, Lanka. So you essentially go to this like a really remote village and you get on this boat. I'll just show a video of so that's actually the house of the captain of the boat and his son who used to come with us. That's where he lives. So we kind of stock up from there, our compressor is in the boat, everything. And it's about 1 hour journey up the street, right? So it's really very strange places. And then you basically arrive at this huge wall in the middle of the reservoir, and that's where the caves are. So I did the full cave course in these caves. Not very deep actually, it's about 20 meters, but it provided all the required like obstructions and all the things that you need for the completing the course. It's quite a beautiful place. And that was our platform where we used to fill the tanks and everything. And then one day after a dive, I come up and I see a house in front of me. So basically people are floating around in houses in this huge lake. So you don't get shipwrecks, you might get house wreck. And then the second part is more southern Thailand. I revisited some of the old caves. I have done training. This was more recreational fun diving. Well, not recreational, but more for kind of practice and fun with my instructor and 2 of his students who are also my good friends. So dived a lot of new caves. Yeah, so let me show you the video of this. So I promise there's more videos this time, then hopefully this works. Yeah, we see that rectangle first, far away. And we had to drive almost 12 hours from Bangkok with all our gear, compressor, tags, everything. Yeah, still going. We were actually speeding. So we have to, so part of the kind of the expedition style diving is we do all the, fill all the tanks, do all that. Which is really hard, like when you come back tired from cave diving, the next thing you do is to go and fill. So Sub-Aqua 1 is the deepest cave in Thailand. It's in the middle of this village. It looks very innocent, but it's 240 meters deep. And that's my instructor and my two friends who are diving rebreathers. So I was the only one with side mount because I don't have rebreather. I have done the rebreather training, but so just a small video of conditions inside the cave. That's actually the guys who went in front of me. They messed it up for me. It was quite clear. And one of my dive computers malfunctioned, so that's why you hear the beep. Yeah, so these are the typical conditions you will encounter in cave. It's dark, you get lots of visibility. And one of the very few life forms I saw was a shrimp, a small shrimp. So that's why I spent a lot of time trying to, I think I kind of almost made it blind, but there it is. Sub-Aqua 4, again a lake that's close by. So good thing about this is it's a kind of easy to access. At least you can drive close and then you might walk in the jungle for a little bit. So the problem with this cave is that as soon as we got in, it got really muddy. Right? So the danger of getting in conditions like these is that you might accidentally go into the cave. So that's why we are tying the line right from the surface so that we don't accidentally wander off into the cave and then we have no way of finding out where it is. We use drones to look for new lakes and caves. And this is where my other thing started about drones. Other caves. That's actually my friend had this, and later on I wanted to get the same drone. And we had a local guide who was actually, he used to follow us everywhere, and in this case we were looking for a cave, he's showing us the way. I'm serious, this is actually true. He's very happy to see cave divers. It's because it's a very remote area, it's very lonely, it's always following us around, making sure we are okay. Yeah, so this is Sub-Aqua 3. It's a bit of a trek to get to. It's raining, so it's just not very pleasant. But you have to kind of walk in the jungle with mud with all tanks, carry yourself. It's a good workout actually. Fortunately, there are no mosquitoes. Or maybe they are, but because of wet, so I didn't feel it. And then you have to find the cave entrance by swimming through the reeds and yeah, no leeches, no mosquitoes. It was quite amazing. So this is a very interesting cave. One would think that when you dive a cave, you don't get currents, right? You don't get like currents you get in the ocean. But this has a strong outward flow. So you have to actually fight it and kind of claw your way through the rocks to get it. You can see how strong the current is. And so what happened is when we were on the way out, so the current flows out, right? You never go in if the current flows in because it's very hard to get out. But my body got stuck in the line in front of me near obstruction, so here I am waiting. And my instructor was actually below me. And what had happened was I didn't know at that time. Because of the current had pushed him into a wedge and his regulator had started free flowing and he had lost control of it and he was almost drowning. But he couldn't do anything because there was no way for me to, so you can see how the current is flowing out. And that's my body trying to free himself over there. But him being an instructor, he kept his head cool and managed to somehow change the regulator. So another cave, Sub-Aqua 2, I think. Again, you can see all these caves are like these huge cliffs around them. So I think we went 50 meters in this. Actually, I dived with one of my buddies, he's a Thai guy, and his son is really good. Not a very pleasant cave, really. It's a very muddy, silty kind of thing. Can you see it well back there? Is it clean off? Should we knock off some lights? Oh, it's all right. So most of these caves, actually all of them, had been surveyed. So we didn't really dive anything new. So explorers have gone in, they have made lines. And this is one of my deepest cave dives, 67 meters. It's called the Sub-Aqua cave. It's called 2 chambers. There are 2 chambers in it. Very pleasant dive at the depths. Very peaceful, beautiful, quite large. And the good thing about these caves are they are rock solid. And I'll tell you why I say that later. You'll understand. Unfortunately, my camera was not really adjusted properly for that. So that's the first part. And then I think we are going to talk about this cave. Yeah, which I call the crazy cave. Just to explain it using video. So this cave, actually myself and my instructor last August when I was doing the training, we went to this cave and we looked around, but we couldn't find where the entrance to the water was. So this day was extremely again raining, it was very visibly raining, and we had to come to this place where it's like a small lake, and actually that's the pathway to the mountains where the caves are. And that's myself and the instructor. Tao, who is Thai guy, he didn't dive because he had a cold. So the first thing we need to do is we have to gear up by the road and we have to swim about 100 meters towards the cave. So I'm just actually compiling this so it will look very fast, but it takes time actually to go through all of this. It's quite beautiful, it's peaceful, there's no one around, but also it's cold water. And you basically enter this huge cliff. And you can see there's a pipeline. So the villagers actually use these to get fresh water. They have pumps, floating pumps, and they get fresh water. And here's where the fun starts. So now you're going to do a land trek inside the cave. So you basically take the tanks and you have to crawl under rocks. It is really crazy because you bump your head and you damage your gear and you're like full of mud by the time you get to the cave. Right? So it's like really frustrating and really hard part. So it was only myself and my instructor, we had to do everything ourselves. We didn't have any help. So when you do this, you kind of wonder why you do this. And then you have this lake. Surprisingly, there's one fish in it. And you can see the stalagmites or the stalactites, depending on which way they. It's quite a beautiful cave, hard to get to. Then you jump in with your fins. So this took us about, I would say, 45 minutes to get here from maybe 1 hour from the time we got off the car. Inside was really beautiful. It was not very deep, 20 meters. And as you see, the survey lines are all already there, right? So it's basically exploring the cave someone else has explored before. Quite beautiful formations. So one mistake we did though is we didn't, when we jumped in, we forgot to maintain a line from open water to inside the cave. And the line actually started inside the water. And the reason, it looked safe in the sense we saw the line from the surface, and but when we were coming around, we were going in circles because the line kept going
Yeah.
We had descended on a continuous line. So we actually did about 2 circles when we realized we were doing that, and somehow we figured out where we had jumped in. Because from under you can't see anything, it's all black, because there's no light. And on my way out, I dropped my instructor spin into a hole. So it was about, I think, a good amount of money, so I thought I'd go and get it. So here I was stuck in a hole trying to get a fin. But I got the fin. Using my feet somehow got it and saved some cash. Okay then, that's it from our Thailand caves. Now we come to the interesting part. Should we have intermission or something?
No.
So this one I call the Glacier Cave. It's called Ravana's India Popula. We have a member called Ravana as well.
Can we ask a question?
Yeah.
Before you leave those other caves.
Yes,
When you were carrying all your equipment in,
Yeah.
did you have weights as well?
No.
You didn't use weights.
No. Yeah. So good thing about diving side mount in fresh water
Yeah.
is that you have the weight of 2 tanks and also
Yeah.
it's fresh water.
Yeah.
And in the 3 millimeter you are generally, even if your tanks are empty, you are okay.
Thank you.
So this cave is in Ella, and it's a beautiful lake underground, right? So all the Thai caves are like more or less up there in the surface, except for that crazy cave I talked about, Sraya Tong. This is underground, and that's basically where the location is, somewhere in Bangladesh. So why is it called Ravana's Caves? Ravana, again.
Yeah.
So it's, I did some research actually trying to figure out, so there's this huge, I would say almost a cult around the cave, the whole Ravana story and also about the caves. And the origins are actually from the Ramayana. And the Ramayana is it's a Sanskrit, how do I say, it's a epic, right? Yeah, it's an epic. It has 24,000 verses, it has 500 chapters, and scholars argue about exactly when it was written, but it's thought to have been written 2,500 to 1,800 years old. And that's Valmiki was the person who did that. And it talks about this whole story of Rama, Sita, Rama's brother Lakshmana, in this place called Kosala. It's not a town really, it's more of a kingdom, Kosala kingdom. And how they were banished or they were sent on exile by their father. And that's them being exiled, Lakshmana, Sita, Rama. So while they were on exile, so I don't know the exact details, right? So what happened is, so in Sri Lanka they are supposed to have been this demon king called Ravana. And his sister, Supranka, apparently had bumped into Rama and Sita on their journey. And she had taken a fancy to Rama. And Lakshmana didn't like this, so Lakshmana just indicated his displeasure by cutting her nose and ears. Right, so she ran back complaining to Ravana, said that, you know, they did this to me, go and get revenge. And Ravana basically went and kidnapped Sita. That's the whole story, right, in a nutshell. So then other interesting characters are Hanuman, who's drinking water down there, the monkey king, who is also a friend of Rama. And you have Jatayu, the vulture king, and also his brother Sampati in the story. So here is a story where Jatayu and Sampati race towards the sun in a competition, like brotherly competition, and Jatayu burned his wings and fell down and all this stuff, like the Icarus story in a different culture. And this is when Ravana kidnaps Sita. Ravana? You admit the crime.
Justified, isn't it? At the nose.
Justifiable, right? So Jatayu came and tried to obstruct Ravana, right? So then Ravana basically cut his wings and he fell down and then all that thing. And there's much more to the story, very interesting. I'm reading the book, I probably take around 500 years to read it. So when I first heard about this India Popula, when Upekshi, where is she here?
in bed. In bed.
Ill in bed. So she had sent this mail about underground lake and there was some contact numbers, so I immediately called that guy and he was basically running treks to this place and he agreed to take me. But after a while he didn't answer the calls. So that basically fell apart. And then later Tammy had a contact who used to do treks. Right? So then she and Upeksha organized, I think you guys had done a Manju, or if you had done a trip to Pidurang, what's this? Purlanga. So the same guide said he'll take us to Nildepagulo. And we did a expedition. This is a picture Manju took that day when we went to the place. It's a beautiful place actually, amazing place. There are no smells, the water is crystal clear. At this level there are no baths. I'll talk about the level later on. So I first thought, so actually when I went in I thought this is not diveable because it looked so shallow with rocks and all that. Then I did a couple of free dives off at the edge where it was actually deeper. And that's when I saw that this thing kind of went in and I was really excited. And this is a picture of me Manju has taken from. Another picture from Manju, that's me in the picture with the torch. So you can see the kind of at the bottom of the cave itself. Not the cave but the open water lake. The formations and the rocks. And that's the survey team, the 4 carpenters. And you can see the ice, the intense cave fever setting in. Right, the obsession. That's the start. So, another picture that was taken recently. So the depth of the water, if you take the open water area, is about 3 to 7 meters. Starts at about 3 and goes to about 7. When in my dives, the maximum depth was 21 meters, 70 feet. The surface temperature is 24. So it's one of the coldest dives in Sri Lanka. And I didn't realize it when I did my first dive, that it would be so cold. I was wearing a 3mm wetsuit, a big mistake. When I was actually almost close to death. Basically your mind stops working. You almost get paralyzed for the cold in a 3mm wetsuit. So done about 5 trips there. First one was a survey expedition, Manju, Tammy and Upekshi. Then the first dive expedition was Manju and his brother-in-law. Then Manju has been joining me. He's the official cartographer, or the person who measures and surveys and maps the cave. Right? So he's the professional. He's an architect by profession. So he has applied the profession. I'll show you some of the maps. He'll actually talk about this. Then there was a person who did a documentary on one of the shipwrecks I had dived. He was really interested in the documentary, so we did 2 trips with him and his team. We also took a geologist, Dr. Valiang from the University of Canada, and he gave an explanation about the cave formation. We'll talk about it later. So I think now just imagine you're looking at this lake from the roof, right? So imagine this is a lake and you're on the roof and looking down, right? So whatever I'm explaining next is, so that's the lake, and after my first dive, basically I kind of went left on this entrance. Later we will call this the left passage as Ravana Maga, it's named after you, and the right passage Sita Maga, right? Just to keep it. And then there's this narrow gap over here, which kind of we have passed through, and it's called the Jatayu Pass. And the reason is that always something happens to me there. The roof starts falling, I had the torch being switched off, then hold on. My line gets entangled, the elevator stopped working, so lots of problems. I'm not superstitious, so I think it's just coincidence, but I'm just saying. Then the second dive trip, that's with Tammy, Upekshi and Manju. I dived on the right side and then went all the way hugging the right wall until my line ran out. That's the orange line, that's a permanent survey line, that's right there. Then I started a temporary line and just explored around. I came to this kind of weird place, that's what's over here. It's like a passageway where the roof goes down, and when you look in through that, there's like a hole. Beyond it, there's like a what do you call a column, like a column behind. It's natural, like it's some sort of a cave formation. But I couldn't even go in there because the roof started falling on me. So I didn't really want to squeeze in and get, suffer a roof collapse. So I just came back. And in my third dive, I passed Jatayu and I turned right and managed to connect to Sitaman. But I didn't lay a permanent line that way, I just came back all the way. And on the fourth dive, what I did is I went down Sitamaga, laid a permanent line to Ravanamaga and also explored much more. Right? So this cave map is much more extended. So now I will hand it over to our official cartographer to say a few words about the maps, because he's the one who I think did a lot of, he did barometric measurements, he did laser measurements, he did the maps. So I think he should talk about what's next.
So this is first trip we did nothing, we just did a Rico and we had no measurements. Second time we took the gadgets, we had all kinds of, I don't know, computers and measurements
GPS.
which had the GPSs, etc., etc. So we got, those are actual measurements of height, of altitude. Where what this means is purely from what I put in my mind. So there are few corrections I need to do on that central chamber and probable distances, but the rest of it is right. Then
This one?
that is,
Yeah.
So I'm going to go before that this one. So this. For the fourth trip, we actually took laser point measurements. So our measurements of all the cave fits, the altitudes, the heights, distances are now plus or minus 5 meters. So just for you to get a feel of the scale of this place, this black dot is a human to scale. That's 3 humans here. Okay? That's that. So what you're seeing here is that's roughly 75 meters. That's roughly 73 meters. And the height of this place is 16 meters. So you look
16?
16.
60.
16.
16.
So you're looking at Subhatidas' pool, put both directions, 7-story building. That's right there. This, but you start from a miniature hole about that size, you creep through, this, crawl through this, then this is actually literally a, thereafter it widens. These are all like easily 15 meter, 20 meter widths. Then of course all that, you come here. This is the pond, the lake area that you were showing. That's 50 meters, this is 30 meters. And there is one area here which goes, so if you are looking at the lake like that, it goes up there and that goes as far as my recollection was 70 meters or something like that. I think you will speak again about the past, let him speak about that. For you to get a sense of scale, that's the sleep chamber. And that's it. This is 16 meters, that is 70 meters, this is 70 meters. And we just, from here, we usually climb outwards that way, and maybe a Bakura is like that. It's like, but once you're in there, you just don't get a sense of scale because it's so dark and grey.
There is another entrance to this, right, from some other
There is
place?
another entrance, yes.
Any idea from
Don't-
which side that is?
I haven't gone on that route, so I don't know where it is. But if I go back, it's higher than this. I think it comes somewhere here, but it goes that way. Further up. So assuming, as far as this map is concerned, assuming all these electronic gadgets were reading right in ground, your orientation, altitude, all that is correct. And it's not an exact marking of that.
Were you getting a GPS?
Not the GPS. So it's a barometric
Point.
pressure and a magnetic compass. Plus the measurements are physical measurements. Well, laser point physical measurements.
Okay. Thanks much. Instruments must be right because the houses you design turn out to be okay. So just from a photographer standpoint, this picture was taken by kind of professional photographers who are kind of experts in photography, Murad and Guptika. What they did was they held lights, they asked people to hold their lights in different areas of the cave and they did a long exposure and I think it's a montage, right? They stitched it together.
I think this is a model.
Yeah, it's montage. So because it's so huge, you can't light up a cave all at once unless you have like really powerful lights. And all we had was like torches, and we had this, the small movie prop lighting devices which were used at different times at different parts of the cave. So it took about what 20 minutes to do this, or half an hour. And I think we got a good tip from the geologist. He said always have a person in the picture to give scale. Otherwise you can't really imagine what this is. If you see it, you might think it's a small photo you can put your head. Alright, time for videos. I think we have about 10 minutes and then we are almost done. So this will give a idea of, I have a high-res version, but this computer is not capable of playing it, so I played medium resolution. It should be alright. So this is kind of the summary of all 5 expeditions. So it's, if this is the Alda gap, it's on that direction, around the building. So the first part is like a half an hour trek. Obviously we have to hire people from the village. Mehta is the guy in the blue shirt. And that's a rabbit hole. That's the entrance to this wonderful place. So in our first 2 trips, we actually didn't have that metal ladder that's like a pole going in. Later they have installed it. It actually made things tougher and more dangerous because there are like spikes jutting out. And holding on to the rope is absolutely vital. Because if you let go, you basically fall down to like a 20 feet and you might break some of the rocks. Some tight spaces to squeeze in. It always looks difficult however much you do it, really. That's a great shape. And this is like one of the tightest spaces where you kind of crawl on all fours to get to the dark side. We always take a brief break in the central chamber. That's the first diatric modules feature. That's how the features I think. And then it just keeps on going for the, so it takes about 1 hour basically, going down. Going up is faster, maybe 40 minutes. Because it's always very slippery. And that's at the lake. So the first really dive trip was to establish whether is there anything diveable at all, because we really didn't know what was there. It's very hot by the time we go and start gearing up. And this is Manju's brother-in-law who got these pictures. And he also had an iPhone in a tough case, so he was able to put it down and take these pictures. So the first footage of Ram on the left side. So here I think slightly illiquid because I didn't have a GoPro mounted on my helmet, and I had to hand carry, and it's not a good idea to carry a camera when you're cave diving because you need your hands free. Right, so as cave divers we love rocks like this because that gives us places to tie on. So always we are every 5 meters, 10 meters we are looking for rocks that we can go tie off. I had a lot of problems. I had entanglement problems on my first dive, so I wasted a lot of time. I had to cut the line, repair it, stuff was falling on me. This is data I passed, so this is where I generally get all the problems. You'll get a better view in other videos. But once you, this is my first time here, and I wanted to figure out where place to tie off, right? So that's why I'm looking on the rocks. And as soon as I came here, I just tied it. The bubbles went and hit the roof of the cave. And the next thing you know, you get this rain of like stuff falling on you. That's the only kind of disconcerting thing about the cave compared to the caves in Thailand. Is stuff is always falling on you. It's not solid. And sometimes when you tie off something, it crumbles. So it doesn't give you that solid feeling. So this is me returning back from the first dive. And Manju is on the surface. So everyone took these pictures. Manju is doing some underwater photography. And I also did a brief survey on the right side, the Sub-Aqua, but didn't really explore that. So on my second expedition, I was pretty equipped. I got a 5-minute wetsuit, and that made a big difference. We were really comfortable. At least for 1 hour, you don't feel much. So I'm again laying permanent line. And this time I had the GoPro on my helmet, so I was hands basically free, torch was mounted on the head. I had a homemade diffuser, that's why you see that kind of thing flapping on the torch. I didn't have a diffuser for that particular torch. On your computer. It worked till almost the end. So it has only. So as I said, every time it's a rock like that, it's time off. And you have the usual problems in some places. As deeper you go into the cave, it's more crowded, and stuff starts falling on you, and visibility, sets like really thick silt. You can put your hand; it's about half a foot of silt. So here I finished my permanent line, and then I went on a temporary line. So this line is still there in the cave on the Sub-Aqua side. Pollution, yes. Fortunately, it settles in 1,000 years. Back from the dive. Yeah, so this one, just a brief, we had a couple of other divers, Manju and Upeksh and Tammy did an open water dive. So very strictly not a cave dive, but so that's where I did the shuttle service. Took them to the edge of where the cave started on a line. Didn't go inside, but just for them to get a feel. So they also have dived the open water essentially. Is it moving at all? I think so. So third expedition, so every month I've been going here. And that's Mehta after a heavy night of beer drinking, and sometimes he is feeling so much nausea he has to crawl back out of the cave to throw up, and he comes back. So one of the mistakes I did in this dive is that I had pressed the wrong button on my GoPro and I didn't have any footage. Really frustrating. Makes it really angry. Yeah, so the good thing about this dive is I managed to connect the two passageways. And then quite a heavy expedition, the last one. We had many mission objectives. Norada was the director of the documentary, wanted more footage. Then Buddhika and team wanted to take photography. Dr. Aliang, the geologist, wanted to study and comment on the geology of the whole place. Manju was doing base measurements. And of course I wanted to go further. Right? And I think we went in at around 9 and came back at around 4. So the whole day was there without any food, but you don't feel it because you are so excited, and it's so thrilling that you don't need to eat, and also just plenty of water. Did you guys see a worm, Manju? Manju, you guys saw a worm, right, in the lake last time? Yeah. So that's one life form. So that's Dr. Aliang, and that's it. The line I have made before. Orange line. here I'm just showing you like snippets of footage, interesting things. So the first line is a temporary line. So you never start a line in open water because potentially an untrained diver can see the line, get in and start it, right? So you cannot hide the line in the cave. So that only cave diver can find it. So you can see how clear the water is, right? However much you may pollute it, after one it's all even at 20,000 meters. So here I decided to try something. I wanted to see whether I could connect Sishamagga to Ramanamagga before the Jatayu pass. To see whether you can kind of go in between. So what I did is I tried the yellow line, circle line here. And that's called a directional booking. So the idea of that is if you have complete, actually two things. One is if you, when you are coming to an intersection, you shouldn't have any ambiguity about where to turn, right? So as soon as you come to intersection, the arrow should say that's up. So you know in emergency out of here, you come rushing, you don't have to think, should I go that way, should I go this way? So with the arrow you go up. And also, if your torches are, torches malfunction, all your torches malfunction, you can still feel your way, and if it's an intersection, you can feel for the cookies, and then find your way. So here I'm crossing from Sita to Ravana. So it's actually quite a distance, so I'm here, then I come to where the Jatayu passes. You can see that rock overhang, and that's my previous line. And actually you see the line there, right, on the rock wall. That's the previous line I have laid. It cuts into the wall because the rock is soft. And then as usual, stuff starts falling on the rail. So now I am passing Jatayu and going beyond it. So this was the last expedition. I managed to actually cover a lot of ground beyond the restriction. Very beautiful and interesting rock formations. It's multicolored, brown, black. So more lines have been laid out beyond that. And the cave, so the cave maximum depth encountered has always been 21 meters. But it doesn't go down evenly, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. So I think next time I need a bit more, maybe brighter torches so that the rail can be, video can be a bit more, I think, nicer than this. So you can see the rock crumbles anytime you kind of touch it. So it's all rocks, big rocks, passageways, very porous looking rock. And here, one of the problems I had is I ran out of line, and then I didn't have anywhere to tie it, right? So I had to turn back. By the time I turn back, the game starts falling. You can hear the sound of the. But when you go in, it's really beautiful. When it's so clear and nice rock formations, it's really exciting to see. So you can see I've switched on to a different reel. But I didn't actually lay this, it's a temporary reel. So I just went in and then came back on the same reel. But I didn't want to leave this. It's a very useful reel, I didn't want to just leave it in the cave. It's very, very soft. So that's about it. Just some photos I got from my GoPro on my way back. And back in the surface, video team was doing interviews with the geologists. Yeah, so that's the picture you already seen here. Basically, what has been done so far. And also I built a clay model, which is for sale. Yeah. So that's the kind of lake, the open water lake, and the two entrances. And those are the lines in that big lake. Jatayu Pass on the left. And the exploration I did the last time. And Sitamaga and the connecting line. So the auction will be in the next event for the clay model. Alright, that's it. Any questions? Back to your presentation. This one, right? Yeah, that so Marja has taken pains to basically represent it in a visualized manner. This has to be kind of covered now, at least like this. There's a rock over your head as you pass it.
That you know there are any other cave system in Sri Lanka?
There are lots of caves, but there's one place called Boulder in Ratnapura. It seems to have like a really dirty lake, which is covered in red poo. It might possibly be the. I don't know. Do you know of any places?
Yeah, it's a part is very dirty with that.
Boulder.
Yeah, already. But there's another part. It's very clear water.
Right.
But we will dive. Just we can walk on, and there's a underground waterfall also.
Okay.
I think there will be some places that we can
Should be
dive.
possible.
I'm not sure yet.
Right.
But I went there like walking. Yeah.
Okay. But I guess you need to get permission and all that to go there with tanks and all that.
Yeah.
Dharshana,
Yeah.
you showed the debris falling,
Yeah.
and you said the bottom was full of
Silver.
sediment. Was there any evidence of larger fragments having fallen?
The fragments that fell were like maybe this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
What I'm wondering, I mean, we don't.
No.
I don't want the roof to suddenly
No, there were
fracture
no.
and have
No.
you under a thing.
It was all dusty.
It all done.
All fine grain, and it was what do you call it? Mica, right? You get the silvery shiny specks of mineral
Yeah, could be mica.
mica.
But it has a geologist.
He also said it's mineral basically, and then it's
Mineral is not mica.
it's not mica,
Mineral is graphite.
graphite. He said it's mineral.
Graphite.
Yeah.
Black.
No, it was silvery color.
Ah, yeah.
Said
Yeah,
silver specks.
yeah, there's a graphite.
Graphite. So he's, I think it's going to be sent for some testing at some lab in Canada University. We should get some results on that.
So the whole area is of that same material?
Yes. Except the area here is very, very solid rock. Except like the roof, if you touch the roof, it's slightly crumbly, but nothing as crumbly as underwater.